If we want to improve the quality of healthcare, we have to have data that supports it. And it has to be individual data, it has to be granular data, it has to be data that is about the person that is sitting in front of you. The health information exchange allows that to happen.
I think that health information exchange will be a huge leap in the coordination of patient care. I can remember back when my kids were young and I would take an asthmatic child from one place to another, tell my story again, tell them all the information they need, read off my list of medications, all of the things that they all needed to know, and none of that was in the other person's system of information. This is a huge step towards things that I think patients expect of us.
Health information exchange has been something that we've talked about for maybe 10, 15 years, and the dialogue in our state has been going on at least that long.
There are people who are seeing obstetricians for one reason or another, gynecologist, cardiologist, dermatologist, ophthalmologist, numerous other physicians, and everyone is prescribing a medication, everyone is treating the patient, and one of the great advantages of information exchange is that data, that history is available at the point of service.
Physicians make decisions based on the information that they have, and when they have more information and they have the kinds of information that they need, they can make better decisions on behalf of the patients. So in the whole scheme of things, the docs are the ones that win.
I had a lady come in yesterday who I just found out is diabetic because she brought a sheet from her primary care doctor. She'd been diagnosed in 2006, and she never thought that was important to mention for her eye exam. Those things, I hope all those things will go away when we have a centralized records access to where you can look up patients' medications and what conditions they have, because a lot of things people don't think are important.
What the health information exchange means is it's going to save me a great deal of time as I start looking at the information that my patients bring from other providers, such as how do I know what their lab has been a year ago or 2 years ago or 5 years ago. All of that could be very important in a primary care office. This continuum of care is probably the most important thing that a primary care doctor has. And then when a primary care doctor transfers that patient to a subspecialist, it becomes even more vital.
My mother is 93 years old. She's in Wichita. She has a stroke. She's in the hospital. And after about 6-8 hours at the hospital, the decision is made that she needs to go to another hospital because they don't have a neurosurgeon on staff at the first hospital. When she was admitted to the first hospital, because it was a mini stroke, they took an MRI. And so when we get to the second hospital, they're saying, well, we're going to have an MRI. And again, I said, you know, this doesn't make any sense. We just did this 2 hours ago. I mean, nothing has changed in 2 hours. Why would you make us go through this all over again? And the point was made to me that, hey man, it's Sunday, and you know, we don't have access to that information.
Kansas is a very rural state, and we have some very, very small primary care facilities across the state, and they have very strong relationships with their supporting or referral hospital. Those transitions, that's a natural transition, it's something that happens all the time, but there really hasn't been a way to make sure that the information about their shared patients are communicated back and forth, and I think that'll really facilitate that process.
Anywhere paper traveled with the HIPAA regulations, electronic information can travel.
When you put the right tools in the hands of providers, you're going to get a better product. So I think it's really a question of the next generation of tools that we have is doctors to take care of patients. And it's very exciting.
Is a new technology. I'm personally an old dog. I learned a new trick. I enjoy the electronic medical record. I think it's improved my patient care. I think it will continue to advance the care of the patient as we get more and more people involved and we are able to exchange things.
When physicians see information, then I think they can affect changes. And when they affect changes, it will be for the better. Health information technology and the ability to do it in an exchange is very powerful. And I think it's something that physicians have embraced in the state of Kansas.
Well, one of the things that struck me was that both of these hospitals are sophisticated hospitals. I mean, they both have electronic medical records, but they don't have the exchange. And I mean, it just certainly would have helped in my mother's situation if they had had such an exchange system set up in Kansas to where that information could have gone back and forth on a Sunday early evening.
But the overall product, the end result will be that we will have a better healthcare system that not only provides better value for all those in concern, the healthcare system, employers, patients, doctors themselves, but it's also going to provide a value for the patient when they are sick.